Hello everyone. What we're going to look at today are some really simple stretches that you can do for the lower back and the legs throughout the day. These are really easy to perform if you're taking a break from any kind of work you're doing, and especially if you find that you've been seated for a really long time. As with any stretches, it's important to remember to perform them within your comfortable range. You should be feeling a point of tension, and you shouldn't be feeling any significant discomfort with these stretches. First one that we're going to look at is for the lower back. So we're doing this one in standing. What you want to do is have your feet hip width apart, so you've got a nice base of support for you during this position. We're going to place our hands onto the lower back, and then we're gently going to lean back into the stretch, holding it for a few seconds, and coming back up into the starting position. The next one to look at is a hamstring stretch. So for this one, you can perform it standing, or you can do this seated as well. I'll show you the two. Firstly, in terms of the standing, what we want to do is we want to pop the leg that we're going to stretch out in front and have our toes pointing up to the roof. The next thing we want to do is for our stationary leg, we want to bend into it, and even at this point you might even start to feel a bit of stretch happening on that hamstring. If you need to get more of a stretch, what you can do, sliding the hand down the leg, we want to make sure that we're keeping that spine in a nice neutral position. None of this forward leaning, nice and relaxed, and sliding gently. Again, holding this for a few seconds, coming back up to the starting position. If you did want to do this seated, what you can do, grabbing onto a chair, and you want to sit yourself away from the back of the chair. So shuffling towards the edge. Again, the leg that we want to stretch, we're going to place out in front, toes pointed up to the ceiling. We're going to gently slide the hand down into that stretch. Again, trying to avoid any of this forward leaning. I'm going to hold that and come back to your starting position. Remember, with any of these stretches, we want to be performing it on both sides, and you can look to repeat these. The next one that we'll look at is a really simple quad stretch. So again, you can use the chair if you need to for balance, if you just want a bit of support. Basically what we're going to do with this one is we're going to grab onto the leg, and we're going to bring our heel as close as we can to our bottom so that we're feeling a stretch across the front of the thigh. So we're holding that, relax, and you want to repeat onto the other side. Just a really simple exercise to do to also get those legs moving. If you find you've been seated for too long, it's just a simple calf raise. So again, you can use the chair for support if you need to for balance. We're just going to go up and down, getting those heels off, going up onto our toes. Very simple. You can do about 10 of those, have a rest, and repeat them again. They're just some really easy stretches for the lower back and legs. Just a couple of little tips for you again, especially while we're working from home, maybe during this time. The most important thing to remember is to get yourself up and change your position. If you find you've been seated for too long, really need to be mindful of getting up, going for a walk, and giving yourself a break. To prompt yourself to do that, because we can all get stuck in that routine and keep going for a long time with our activities, put an alert on your computer, on your phone, on your smartwatch, whatever it is that you've got, and just prompt yourself to purely get up and change your position. That's just a really simple tip for you and some really easy stretches that you can do throughout the day. Take care and speak to you all soon. See ya.